right, what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted is that Funko Pups are coming. This is super exciting for us. We've been waiting on a long time to be able to announce this. So right now I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the 4 characters coming to Funko Pups. The Wraith, the Doctor, the Huntress, and Claudette Morel. If you're like me, you're thrilled and you can't wait to get your hands on those. I can tell you you'll be able to get those before the end of the year. Okay, now that I've shared that and that I've had a moment to calm down, let me officially welcome you to the Dead by Daylight.
Yo guys, what's going on, man?
Celebration.
Let's see what's popping in this anniversary. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to just you know, interrupt it. So
now last year our 5th anniversary was all about looking back at.
Can you guys hear, by the way? Let me know in chat if you could hear.
And I had a good time for one. Since then,
what's going on, Malik Chambers and Mara Garris? How you doing?
We announced a board game that was funded in under 1 day on Kickstarter. That was an amazing job by our friends at Level 99. We've also consistently stayed within the 20 top games streamed on Twitch. All of that, and with our
loud and clear, awesome.
We're going to now be at 59 characters in Dead by Daylight. But today, it's not about looking back. Today is about looking at the future. We couldn't be happier to have 50 million of you out there playing the game with us. And while there's still a ton of stuff to do, we want to focus on the things that are going to make their way into the game next year. In the past, we use these anniversaries to share our dreams and to share our ambitions. And we dreamed big. It's our job to do so.
Oh, they're going to say something about second Resident Evil chapter. Guess we'll have to see.
We don't want to do that today. Today our goal is to talk about what is actually going to happen within the next year and to give you precise timelines of when you can expect those changes.
I hope their quality of life changes, man. This game has like way too many bugs.
Thank you so much for taking this trip with us through the last 6 years. And we have quite a lot more for you. Oh.
Good in you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm hyped, man. I want to see this new chapter. I want they have to offer for the upcoming year.
And help us figure out which segments are going to come in what order. And speaking of which, here's a list of everything that we have in store for you today.
So we got a year 7 roadmap, quality of life improvements, gameplay improvements, chapter 24 reveal. I didn't even get to finish reading it, but that's good to see.
Be in control of what we talk about next. You know what? Let's try it right now. Which one of these would you prefer to have? A, some free stuff.
Oh, blood points, blood point codes.
Really nice.
What are you guys gonna pick? Free stuff, something really nice? I don't know. B? I think people are just gonna say free stuff because they want free blood points. Literally, it's gonna be free stuff for sure, without a doubt. Knew it. Guys, there's your 100k blood point code, man. 100k blood points. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us today in the celebration of Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Stéphane Beauchamp, Senior Producer on the project, and I'm joined by Justin Brown, Senior Product Manager on the project. In today's panel, we will have a look at the upcoming content for next year, so Dead by Daylight's 7th year, the planned chapters, as well as our 4 main pillars for the game. Before we dive into that, however, this is a really good opportunity to look at our accomplishments from last year and talk a bit more about what we're particularly proud of or excited or happy that was released over the last year. For me, I'm always extremely impressed by the quality of our
Let me turn
original
this up a
content,
little bit.
and the Portrait of Murder chapter was another one that really left a mark on me. But that being said, year 6 was an amazing year when it comes to licensed content, with the addition of Resident Evil, Hellraiser chapter, as well as Ringu, 3 classic cult horror icons into our game. And
Buff
it
Ringu, by
really
the way. What the
warms my
hell?
heart to see all of those different characters come together in the one and the same game. Is there anything you're particularly proud of that we did last year?
Yeah, of course. The first thing that comes to mind is the updated onboarding and tutorial. Seeing that come out to such a positive reaction within our community was really amazing, really rewarding for the team that worked so hard on those features.
It would be very nice if they gave
Next,
us 1 million
the
blood
2 brand
points.
new maps
Yeah,
we
that'd be
introduced
nice.
Last year. It had been a long time since we introduced new maps, and the team totally delivered on those maps, visually stunning. And that's not to mention the unbelievable job they did on the Haddonfield rework.
I can't lie. The new Haddonfield is nice,
And
man.
last
I'm
but
not even
not
going to
least,
complain. They did a good
the
job on
Snowman
it.
event, all of the hilarious memes, movies, memories that were shared in that sort of holiday season was unbelievably amazing, and something I hope we can recreate again this year. Now, I'd like to take this moment just to mention that when we develop our roadmap, we always aim at
Yo,
delivering
Ben
the
Perez,
best
what's going on, man? How you doing?
we possibly can for you, our players. However, as it is a live tool, we are constantly having to update it due to urgent issues or new opportunities that arise throughout the year. As such, there were a few features we mentioned during last year's anniversary stream that still have not made their way into the game. Fear not, we will be talking about most of those features later today. Now, when we talk about what's coming up in the next year, first, I'll tell you some of the things we know we can expect throughout this next year. There will be 4 new chapters, which means 4 new killers and their survivor counterparts, of course. In addition to that, there will be 4 tomes in the archives, diving deeper into our character's lore.
As usual.
And with the narrative direction around the Observer's Tower going in a new direction, we're all super excited to watch that unfold.
What is this all about? We'll learn more over the coming year. It's really exciting. For some of you who have been with us over the past year, the 4 pillars will probably be known to you all. They're really things we have continuously worked upon over the last 6 years of the game. So our 4 pillars composing the roadmap for this year are game health, quality of life,
Yeah,
updates,
bro.
life design as well.
Game health
as,
and quality of
our
life, man.
events.
They really
What
need
goes a
to
bit more
work
into
on
about
that. For
the
sure, for sure.
Game
That
health.
should be their number
Yeah,
1 priority.
I will. I would love to, Stefan. When we talk about game health, there are some aspects of game health that will always be ongoing priorities for us, such as security improvements and game performance optimizations. But this year, we're putting an added focus on matchmaking. Matchmake wait times as much as we can.
Oh,
In
boy.
addition to accounting for the various play styles we see throughout our community and rewarding them as such. When we talk about matchmaking, though, it's also very much a quality of life
MMR.
topic, which segues very well into our second pillar.
It is an amazing segue, as if it was planned all along. You're a natural of that. Talking more about quality of life improvements and updates, you did talk about the roadmap and how we continuously shift things around and such. We use a lot of the feedback from the community to feed into that. And as such, CSAT surveys are a really important part for that, forums, social networks, etc., etc. When we did
I think I'm
announce,
gonna watch a live
the,
stream and beg them to bring back
Borderland
the old
feature,
Plague
during
Risk
last
skin.
year's anniversary, it was met with a lot of mixed feelings from the community. And as such,
Definitely
we
give that a
really
try. You
felt
never
us a bit
know.
to make sure we were doing this in the best way possible. We know toxicity as well as cheating is something that has to continue.
Yeah, get rid of the hackers, man. That's a big problem as well.
As safe as possible. And as such, Autoban and improvements to those systems is an important part for us that we're going to keep looking at this year, but we want to make sure we do it in the best way possible. To dive a bit more into quality of life updates, we'll have Justin Banks and Aurélie Géraud talk a bit more about that in a future panel today, which I'm really looking forward to. But for now, is there anything you want to share with us about life design?
As a live game, constant iterations in our design and live balance updates are critical to keeping the game feeling fun, fresh, and exciting for our players. In addition to that, players' behaviors are constantly evolving, and we need to adapt to accommodate those new behaviors all the time. Matt Spriggins will be up shortly to talk more about the huge updates that we have coming and planned for this year in regarding live balance.
And huge is not an understatement.
Not an understatement at all. But
Oh,
one
boy.
piece of news we're happy to break right now is that we're actively working on a major rework of the Raccoon City Police
Please
Department
do. That map is
Last
garbo.
during the Resident Evil chapter. We can
That map
expect
is
to see that
awful.
sometime this fall, but we
Please
really
just make it
the
smaller.
updated
That map
map
is
near
just
closer to the
ugh.
final release date.
It's a nightmare,
Very
man.
much looking forward to playing it. It's often been a difficult map to navigate and to play for players, and we're really looking forward to see how it can actually be brought up to the standards that we have today, and I'm looking forward. With that said, I'll jump into the events, something that really is an important aspect of the game. It allows us to move the game in a direction that's a little bit farther off the beaten path, something that's not necessarily what you'd expect from Dead by Daylight, but do that as a time-based thing allows us to really do something completely crazy sometimes and such. This is really an opportunity for us to get communities together and to generate moments you're never going to forget. Always think back of that game you played of Dead by Daylight during that specific moment of the year. As we've always done over the last few years, we'll have 4 main moments.
What's going on, Hagatha? How you doing?
Events, which are going to be our anniversary period coming up in a few weeks from now. The
Yo,
Halloween
Mr.
period,
Paradox, what's
winter
going on,
period,
bro?
As well as the Lunar New Year period. These 4 events are really going to be the main ones for the year, but our cornerstone events are going to be Halloween and anniversary, since they're such big, important moments for the game. On top of those, we're also going to try and do more live activations, such as login bonuses, Blood Rush that you're all familiar with, and boosted Rift Fragments collection, so that there's a reason for everyone to come back to the game and be more excited about playing Dead by Daylight more often and be happy about the rewards they're getting through doing that. Really looking forward to this year. It's really been an amazing one for us, and thank you so much, especially for the continued support.
Dragon Penguin, what's going on?
Thank you, everyone.
I remember when I was going to Unhook, I wasn't able to find room, and my teammate died on Hook. Yeah, that map is awful. I hope they really do a good job on it.
I'm Matthias Claesen. I'm the director of the Recreational Fear Lab, and I'm here to talk to you about why people enjoy horror. Now, it might seem weird that folks like us voluntarily seek out frightening entertainment, but it's actually very common and for good scientific reason. It is part of human nature to find pleasure in playing with fear. It's what kids do when they play hide and seek, and it's what we do when we play DBD. When you're playing as a survivor, you're reenacting an ancient evolutionary drama. You're trying to stay alive in a dangerous world by outrunning and outsmarting a bloodthirsty predator. Your whole body is in survival mode, heart racing to prepare you for fight or flight. You get that invigorating adrenaline kick, and if you escape the killer, you're rewarded with a flood of feel-good neurotransmitters such as dopamine. Playing as a killer is different. You're immersing yourself in that same ancient scenario of predation. But now it's about catching your prey and the ecstasy of the hunt. It's that same adrenaline kick, but the reward is not the nerve-tingling relief of survival. It's the exhilarating delight of victory, the thrill of the kill. So when you play DBD, you're satisfying a primal desire for threat simulation, for playing with fear. But you're also satisfying another primal desire, namely the desire for story. Because DBD isn't just about the hunt. It's also about exploring the rich and constantly evolving narrative world of the game.
They always do this fluff talk,
Whether
like,
you're
get to
out
the
for
point, my dude.
survival
Yeah,
or war,
facts.
I wish you good luck on your next journey.
Every anniversary stream, it's always the same fluff talk, for real. It's gonna take them a good hour before they get to the good stuff, you know? Average URB enjoyer. That was cringe.
The killer is coming, but the generator is almost complete.
What do you do? Bro, I'm committing to that gen. That's what I'm doing. If it's at 90, I'm committing to it.
B, run. C, let the killer grab you.
Blow up the generator. Let the killer
B,
grab you.
blow up the generator.
Okay, it's obviously B, but like it depends on the situation. It's such a broad question. Like it's very, I don't know. Pretty sure the answer is B for sure. Everyone's saying blow up the generator. What the hell? Oh, I thought that guy talking about that was going somewhere with it. Yeah, all fluff talk, man. I thought he was gonna mention something about killers, you know, but I don't know. That part, like their writing is awful.
Hi there, I'm Matt, Design Director on Dead by Daylight. I work with Dave, the Creative Director, and the rest of the DBD game design team on everything from updating and balancing our existing content to the development of all our new chapters and game features.
New killer reveal or not yet? They didn't reveal the chapter yet. Should be like near the end of the stream, I believe.
The upcoming year is going to be a really big one for Dead by Daylight, so I'm excited to share 3 key updates that our team of talented designers have been working on. An overhaul of our killer and survivor perks, a rework of our approach to prestige and progression, and finally, an update on the changes to the momentum.
Oh yeah, built-in Mori system is coming, I believe.
One of the main goals for the game design team is to explore new ways that we can keep the player experience in Dead by Daylight fresh and fun for both new players entering our universe and for our highly engaged expert players with hundreds or even thousands of hours in the game. In listening to our players and reviewing our own data, we've found that some of the most consistent feedback is that in our high-level matches, meta perks have essentially taken over.
Yeah, bro. Nerf Dead Hard, man. That perk needs to go. Nerf Dead Hard, please. I beg you. Nerf it.
Looking at our data, there's a clear gap between the most popular perks for each role. On the killer side, these are corrupt.
Oh no, not the Scorch Hook Pain Resonance. Oh, these perks are getting nerfed, eh? Uh-oh.
And for survivors, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time, Iron Will, and of course, Self-Care.
My dude said self-care, bro. Where's the Unbreakable? My guy said self-care. What? Yo, what am I seeing right now?
Releasing a major update that will rework and
are they doing a PTB today? No, I don't think so. It'll probably be next week. I'm not too sure.
This is aimed at eliminating these clear, dominant perk trends and strategies that we've been seeing in the game for a while. There will also be some small baseline gameplay adjustments that we would like to share with you a little bit closer to the release date. So, we'll keep monitoring, keep reviewing, and keep adjusting our collection of perks in this way on a more regular basis to make sure that we avoid these meta perks becoming consistent trends for extended.
I can't believe they mentioned self-care. Like, that's... What?
With this upcoming focus on balance, we're also working on an update.
Self-care. Oh my god.
To acquire and encourage more exploration of new combinations in perk loadouts.
Yeah, and Boon Circle of Healing. Why didn't they mention that? For real.
Of Dead by Daylight's prestige system, aimed at reducing the grind in the game by giving players more direct, quick, and easy access to perks, something that will improve the quality of life not only for our long-term dedicated players, but especially new players looking to get into the game. Our current prestige system is optional, and it awards a bloodied version of the base cosmetic outfit, whilst resetting the perks, add-ons, and items.
Yo, Syed, Azri, and Marco, thank you so much for the sub, man. Well appreciated.
When this feature releases, prestiging a character for the first time will instantly unlock that character's Tier 1 personal perks on all other killers or survivors, making them immediately available in their loadouts.
Oh, okay.
We know that our players are hoping that the RNG gods provide them with barbecue and chili in their early blood webs. However, with this feature, you simply prestige the cannibal to prestige level 1, 2, or 3 to unlock all of Leatherface's perks at the corresponding tier for every other killer.
Oh, I like that. That's dope.
This will significantly reduce the grind.
That's dope.
And completely eliminate the random chance needed to acquire specific teachable perks through the blood web system.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
that was well needed.
The prestige level won't be capped at just 3, so you'll be able to show your dedication to a particular character by raising them well beyond that. Additionally, the act of prestiging will not remove their perks, items, or add-ons, so there's no longer an associated reset of the character.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
For those who haven't yet prestiged their characters, we're also working on a fair way to still reward players for their time investment and dedication once this update takes effect. Fans can expect both the prestige and perk updates to drop around the same time during a major release this summer.
Nice.
Finally, I would like to close things out with some news on the Mori updates that we shared last year.
So Killer's getting built in Mori, Survivor's getting built in
adjusted our
borrowed time.
approach to the system based on research,
I assume.
feedback, and prototyping iteration. We've arrived at something that feels more straightforward, yet still accomplishes the same goals that we set out with. The change to the system will still remove the Mori ability from offerings, focusing instead on rewarding efficient killer play, but will be incorporating the Mori animation as more of a natural ending to the match. This is something that we're currently calling the finisher Mori.
Okay.
When a killer downs the last survivor standing, rather than drawing things out and having them pick up and hook the survivor, we'll instead transition immediately and
Oh
automatically
my god.
to the killer's Mori animation, allowing them to close things out in style.
So if there's just
And
one
in a
survivor
way that
left,
you
you'll
would
get them
expect
built
from
in
an
Mori.
unstoppable
That's
killing machine.
Garbage.
There's also
Poo
a few
poo.
other additional changes coming with this system that we're not quite ready to share yet.
Okay.
But we're hoping to release the new Mori system as part of our Halloween update this year, so look out for that. While we couldn't cover all of the details of these updates in the span of one segment, anyone looking for more information can head over to our website, deadbydaylight.com.
Yeah, that Mori change is kind of
Thank you
weak.
as
I'm
always
not gonna
for the
lie.
support.
It's pretty weak.
We can't wait to get these updates into your hands as soon as possible to see your amazing reactions. Thanks again.
So
and
you could only Mori the last survivor. Like, okay. Nothing special there,
Hey
really.
everybody, and welcome back to McMillan Estate for Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Justin, one of the senior product managers on the game.
And I'm Aurélie, producer on Dead by
Gonna
Daylight.
prestige 10 my hag.
What a cool set we're on today.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I heard there's some traps around, but we'll be a little careful.
Yeah, we'll try.
So last year, Aurélie and I were here with all of you just to talk about the pillars for the year. But I think some other guys on the team have that covered. So this year, we're here to talk about the quality of life updates that are coming to the game for year 7. And now, while it's always our goal to give you the most accurate picture of what's coming and when, the reality is that deadlines can shift as well as priorities. And we live in a pretty weird world these days, so there's a lot of external factors as well. So, I mean, that all being said, we are going to work to have the most open dialogue with our players. So if something changes, you can bet us, other members on the team, we are going to be communicating and let you know if something shifts, changes, removes, added, really at all. We're going to make sure that you guys know about it. That being said, let's get to it.
Yes, and that's really cool because today when you will open the PTB, the first thing that you will notice...
Wait. Today when you open the PTB?
the
PTBs
idea
today?
We were running out of space with the current one. And
What?
we wanted to add more clarity and also make some information way more visible to players. Like, for example, some text in some languages, they will have more space, but also when we have an event or something happening in the game, now you will be able to see right away when you enter in the game what is happening and how long it will take.
So
Also
guys,
to put
PTBs
even
today.
Screens, navigate through the game to get access to this information.
And so I think if I can kind of nail down something cool for everybody is that I don't have to go into the archives to see how long is left in the Rift.
Correct.
I'll see it right on the main menu.
Correct. You will have the exact timer, how long it will take until the end of the Rift. And that's part of what will make just the navigation easier and the information easier to find in Dead by Daylight. Another feature that will be also available today for the PTB, and I think that one will be really appreciated.
I think so. I think this one is one of those that players have been asking for quite some time.
That's true. So that's the preset loadout. In the loadout screen now, you will be able to have different saves.
Thank you. I was asking for this.
For your offering, perks, add-ons.
Beautiful,
items.
beautiful.
So you will be able
Thank
to
you.
adapt
About
to
time
your
we got
style
this.
according to what you want to play.
Exactly. So I mean,
Finally.
you guys want to create one loadout for goofy perks, one for
Yeah.
playing yourself, one for playing as a team.
Wait, is it only for Survivor though? Can you do it for Killer as well?
Through, this whole inventory of perks that we have.
Correct. It will be your choice to decide between hardcore and casual games. Something else, you'll be also able to save loadouts for your cosmetics.
Cosmetics.
So if you have different style and you're always like
Okay.
wondering which one to use, well, now it will be extremely useful, easy for you to switch between them.
Cool.
And for both the main menu and the preset loadout, we really think that the two features, they will bring more comfort and ease for the player. And we are really looking into feedback. So please, when you grab the PTB today, share your feedback about this.
I'm surprised we're getting
improvement.
PTB
this
today.
will help you to create the best quality of life.
Thought it would be like tomorrow or
as well
something.
for you. But that's for today. So what is happening for the next upcoming releases?
Right, so for that, we've got some other upcoming features to share with everybody out there. So one of the main ones that we actually announced last year, as you remember, I think we were both there, was matchmaking incentives. So what we mean when we're talking about this is when players are matchmaking, we try to establish a good ratio of 4 survivors to 1 killer. And whether or not this ratio is imbalanced one way or another, depends on your server, depends on your time of day.
Nitrate, thank you for the sub.
What we are doing is we are providing players with extra blood points to play as the role that is most needed on their server.
Obviously, it's going to be killer that's most needed.
Which I think is going to be
50% more
pretty
blood
useful
points
for
if
our
you play
players.
killer,
Correct.
which is
And
hella
with the
stressful
new layout that
already.
you just mentioned, like it will be really easy for the player to see in front, like on which queue they should go if they want to have the less waiting time.
Exactly. As soon as you log in, you're going to know which role needs you the most. So if you're there for BP or if you're there just to have fun with your friends, I mean, really, we're giving you so many more options. I think it's going to be a great experience once this is introduced. Not even that, but while you're in this matchmaking, trying to get that incentive, we are doing what we're calling a game flow refactor. Very techie name, I know, but if we break it down, it's really giving you guys the opportunity to navigate around the game while you're waiting in the queue. So when you're waiting in matchmaking, with your friends, alone, what have you, you'll now be able to browse the store, check out some really cool outfits, some other areas of game, and even check out the archives.
Okay.
So if you want to change your challenges or read some lore while you're waiting, that's all up to you.
Yeah, and I really love this feature because it feels like not a big change, but actually it will just bring so
More
much
stress for
comfort
50% blood
and
points.
remove
I'm
so
in.
much, frustration that I really like the fact that the navigation will be easy and you won't have any. It will be more comfortable for you to
Exactly.
navigate.
And so now we're already making it more accessible to get into the archives for players by doing this, by putting the timer for the Rift on the main menu, but we're also doing some more updates to the archives coming later this year. So 2 of the main changes that I think players will appreciate right off the bat is now you can have 1 survivor active challenge and a killer active challenge. So no switching back and forth or anything crazy like this, no starting a killer match while having a survivor challenge equipped and feeling like you've wasted your time.
Actually, it will be super cool because with the matchmaking incentive you just mentioned before, well, if you see that the survivor queue is better for the moment, and you have a killer challenge on, you won't have to go back to the archive, switch the challenge just because you want to go to the survivor queue. And
So
and
if I
first time.
prestige on the new update, I won't lose
And
my
then you
perks
could
add-ons
change it.
if I'm right.
Now we let you.
What I heard.
And so what
Yeah,
happens
that's
is
what I
as
heard
you
as
find a
well.
match, we'll give you a notification.
But the
first,
update is not
whatever
coming
you're
probably
doing,
till the next 3
and then
weeks
bring
for
you
everyone.
into the match. I think
PTB is
that's
just
gonna be a
for
very fun experience for players.
Steam at the moment.
But getting ahead of ourselves. One of our other big features that we're updating in the archives is your ability to view a full outfit within the Rift. So, I think we've both visited the Rift page.
Everyone
quite a
wanted
bit now
that.
it's been out for a
Everyone
while.
wanted that.
So now if a player selects a piece of a cosmetic from an outfit in that Rift, there's going to be an available button to click to view the full outfit as a preview. So if you're not keeping up to date with our amazing marketing trailers that are showing off all of these cool renders, you can view it from directly in the game. And then go watch the marketing trailer after, because they do a lot of work on these and they're very cool. Well, we're obviously trying to get a lot of these changes out for this fall in one of our upcoming archives releases, alongside some other yet-to-be unannounced archive stuff, which we're keeping a little hush-hush now. But it's the 3rd anniversary of the archives, so we're trying to put something really special together for you guys. But we've got another big feature in the works, and I think
yeah.
I'll let you spill the beans.
They're
on
so
this one.
proud of
Yes,
the stuff
and
that they
this
should have
one, I think
been base game.
for player, you are going
Facts.
to love it. So we have decided. Do you remember last year when we talked about bots?
Not at all.
Bots?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm
Practice
sure you
bots?
do.
Like
So
warm-up
when
bots?
we talk
That'll be
about
lit.
bots, actually this year, by the end of the year, we really want to introduce bots in custom match.
Oh, thank you,
So
bro.
the idea here is we want to give the player, like if you're missing a friend in a group, if you don't have any friends at all, or if you just want to play chill and try to learn a new killer, well, you will be able to do that in a custom match and just fill out the matches with bots.
That's dope.
So that will be extremely.
So like if you're a Huntress player, typically you want to have that like one warm-up game. So you could just go to a custom match with bots and just, you know, just go for shots.
Be a safe environment for them to
That's
try,
awesome. I like that.
Remove the pressure that you can have sometime when you're in a real match.
For sure. And I mean,
That's
it's
dope.
not just learning a new killer that can be stressful sometimes, but new maps as well, because the layouts can be entirely different. There's some new loops that you need to learn. So it's a great way for players to be able to practice those as well. You know, use an old
I like that. I like that.
as bots.
It's probably going to be one of my favorite
whatever map you
features, upcoming
Yeah,
features that
you're
they're adding in.
absolutely correct.
I like this
And
one.
this feature is probably the longest one for timeline, and we're targeting this winter. for
Oh
this feature,
gosh.
and we can't wait.
Oh, that's super far
And
away,
I'm a
but
map killer, so I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it.
And I
that
think
I
you
like
still
that
have two
though.
features that you would like to talk about this today.
I do. So these ones are a bit smaller, but I think our players and streamers will also be interested on both of these. So the first one I'll discuss is what we're calling streamer mode or anonymous mode.
Oh,
Still undecided, still in development, so the name may change. But the basic premise of this is to make sure that all of our players feel safe as they're playing the game, so that we're obscuring your name or the name of your friends as they're playing, so that no toxic players or ne'er-do-wells inside or outside the game.
I'm glad they know
Find
about
it
the
and target
toxic
you for
players.
someone.
I'm glad.
And for the security, that's a huge plus as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we
I might
want
have to
players
use that
feel safe
feature.
as they're playing our game, and we hope that this is a great tool to actually let them do it. Now, the other feature is, I guess, all about the survivors not feeling so safe, which is our updated wiggle system. So if you've been paying attention to Dead by Daylight, I know we have, talking to you, for the past few months, we've been testing out our updated system under our beta tab, so players were able to opt in and try it out. So whereas previously the wiggle system was mashing two buttons back and forth, keyboard controller, whatever you chose, now it's instead a skill check. So during the beta, we all
Everything
listened
is
to a
skill
lot of player
checks.
feedback, so our design team has really taken that into account, and with those changes, we're going to make it a permanent feature in the future.
And on behalf of the team, really thank you for using the beta tabs. It was really, really useful for us to collect all this information and to see how you feel about new changes that we just want to make sure that all the changes that we introduce in the game are the correct ones.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all love the PTB, being able to try out new content, but this let us really bring in all of our console players who I know have been asking for a way
Console players.
all of their input, especially given that it was very controller heavy, is really appreciated.
And sometimes we just need more time also to get the feedback.
It certainly helps. So with all of these, we also have some other smaller features that we weren't really able to fit in here. So head on over to our website at deadbydaylight.com to read a bit more after the segment.
And we really hope you guys, you're excited about all the
Bro, I like
features
that
we've done
custom
today.
match
I know
feature with the
we are,
bots. I think
and,
that's dope.
We expect that
I
you
like
will
that.
enjoy this anniversary with us. And we hope you a very good Dead by Daylight
Came here
experience.
because live chat in the
Enjoy the rest of the
official one is
broadcast,
full
everybody.
of brats
Thank
that
you.
just spam cringe. Yeah, like I see in the chat, holy crap, they're going crazy.
And to me, Dead by Daylight is more than just a game. It's a lifestyle. I'm heading to a parkour gym to work with professional tag athletes. I want to learn how I can apply my DVD skills in real life.
Okay, Lupin.
Ever just like crouch at the chaser?
Look at these tiles, bro. Holy crap. What would we call this one?
World Chase Tag is a team-on-team competition where one team throws it
This is so cringe.
and the one rule is don't get caught.
Imagine survivors had tiles like this and the killer had to like
Are you using
chase.
vault?
Oh my god.
DVD when I'm being chased vault is a pretty powerful evasion tool.
Yeah, vaulting gives you a very easy way of getting an obstacle in between you or whoever's chasing you.
So, what about slow vault?
Slow vaults, fast vaults, medium vaults. What the hell is this? Yo.
To see my full training adventure, head to the Dead by Daylight YouTube page later this week.
Average survivor main. Yeah. Oh man. Not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. It was cringe, but it was funny as hell. Merch. Me when I'm looping. They lost their brain cells. Oh man. They actually went to a parkour training center just to show that off. That's crazy.
The killer is in pursuit. What do you do? A, drop the pallet.
Use dead hard, bro. What the hell?
Use dead hard.
Use dead hard. B.
Loop
That's a
forever.
B.
Or D, crouch.
Use dead hard.
fearlessly.
E. 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 Dead hard. Everyone's pick. Oh no. Everyone say loop forever. It's dead hard, bro. It has to be dead hard. Use E. Exactly. I want them to rework Hag's eerie add-ons, like make one where her traps are completely hidden. Yeah, it's like her purple and hey guys, there's more blood point code by the way. Yeah, her purple add-ons and her ultras are so bad. So we got 200k blood points. God damn, that's a lot.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ashley, the associate producer on Dead by Daylight. I'm joined by Xavier, our director, and also Rose, our project manager. A big part of what makes Dead by Daylight so great are the characters. And telling the stories is one of the best part of our job. While a lot of storytelling is happened through lore, there's also a way for us to tell the story through the art and the visual. Today, we want to share with you a bit about the process of the collection that inspires us. We want to break some news about new announcement of our brand new collection we've been anxious to share with you guys for a while.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Well, let's take a moment to talk about like what's behind the several outfits.
Yo, Bionics, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it.
So, artistically, the approach is different when we work on our own contents and when we work with licenses. When we do our own, we often look this as a way to put our own spin to icons and events everybody's familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
A great example is the Halo Blight collection. It's really our take on Halloween. You know, rather than creating cosmetics around traditional vampires, witches, werewolves, we decided
I want to see a vampire killer.
Something more unique, to tell a unique story. And we have like our killers, we made them, more horrific due to a substance linked to the entity.
Mm-hmm.
The result, I think, is unexpected, more original. The lore and art direction have been reinforced at the same time, and we get to celebrate Halloween in a way that's very true to Dead by Daylight.
Bro, that's a sick wallpaper.
So on my side, the product goal is to create collections like this for all seasons. These collections would be something that we could return to and add to every year, but on our own terms, in a way that's creative for Xavier, but also not feeling like too generic or too easy.
Maybe Joash, you could share with us the different steps on the production to create these visuals.
Sure thing. So as you know, Rose got a good idea of what the type of collection that she wants. So afterward, I think the first step is to talk to the narrative team. The idea behind it is to make sure that we have a good idea and make sure also like it's kind of related to the character. So the cosmetic that we want is related to the character, the story background, and the lore. Afterward, we need to talk to the concept artists. They're the one who are going to put on paper pretty much with the art director and the concept art.
Yeah.
to put on paper pretty much the idea that we want as cosmetics. So and also this is the time for us to put in detail what
Would
we
be
want.
interesting to see a spider killer.
The detail,
Would be
the
fun
type of
and new.
material that we want.
Yeah, I've seen a
Once
lot of
we're
people
done,
want a spider killer. That'd
the
be cool.
character team can use those concepts to start their modeling phase. So pretty much to have the 3D model ready.
I can't lie, man. Their art team is really good.
In the case of the Fire Moon Festival, we created this in tribute to the Mid-Autumn Festival that is celebrated in so many Asian countries. And it is our own DBD-specific event that boasts like concerts and celebrations that are surrounding the full Fire Moon. And it's a celebration of life and also a reflection upon death.
Yeah.
So another part of creating this event ourselves was to be able to include a wider variety of characters into the collection. So, for example, those that didn't have an Asian heritage.
We should talk also about licenses, because today, right now, we have something really important to share with the fans. Right, Rose?
Yeah, indeed. So another interesting part of working on these collections is being able to work with existing licenses as well. So we're able to introduce new stories and other brands that we love also into the world of Dead by Daylight. Speaking of which, anime and mangas are widely requested from our fans around the world. And
bro, we're gonna get Naruto as a killer, bro. Yo, that'd be lit.
DBD's first major crossover with an anime title. So without
that'll be what? Did they mention a new chapter yet? No, they usually do that at the end of the stream. Attack on Titan. What? Aaron? Aaron's gonna be the killer, bro. What? Attack on Titan? What? What am I seeing right now? What? Okay, I need to see how they're gonna work this in the game. That's sick, bro.
To be including 10 different outfits for both Survivor.
That's lit. Holy crap.
We need to say some
I want Sasuke. Yo, that'd be dope.
I think we can still give some glimpse of the concept art for Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah. Because, working on Attack on Titan was a great challenge, but really exciting.
I love that show, man. That's a masterpiece.
We had to assimilate like the iconic aspect of the 2D art direction from the show and adapt it on 3D, making sure like the characters remain themselves even if applied on DBD
Mikasa teabagging my
And because they are not legendary outfits, the goal was not to reskin them and transform them into something way too different from our more realistic art direction, so we then came with bigger eyes, etc. We felt it
yeah, it's for cosmetics. I don't know why I thought it was for characters. I'll be. I was thinking way too outside the box there.
Was more, what if
I'm getting those for show.
We're part of the Attack on Titan universe, and from who are they closer in their personalities and appearances? So it was really important for us to select some of our favorite characters from Attack on Titan, and so we could focus on some aspect of each to match our DBD personalities. We have Eren,
of course, yeah,
of the show, and we have Dwight. Dwight, in a sense, is one of our heroes. Also on DBD, he's here since years, and we kept the details of Dwight, like having the iconic glasses, the messy hair.
Okay.
And even with the equipment of Attack on Titan, we made sure like the equipment isn't straight, and we have like nothing's perfect because it's Dwight. We have NG. For her, it was easier because we have Zarina also, and it was a perfect match. She's a scientist.
Oh, yo, I'm grabbing this. Oh, God, I'm grabbing that for show.
Zarina, like, they are both,
oh, that's dope. I'm getting that for show. That is clean.
To keep the details of Zarina herself, we gave her eye patch, but not the glasses because she doesn't wear glasses. The Armor Titan. Is there, we have it as a ultra.
Who's that for?
For the Oni.
Yeah. Oh, yo, what?
Because we apply
yo,
in one of our
that's a Muscop. I'm grabbing that.
We are able to use his crystal form for the rage mode.
That's sick.
While the base of the crystals are blue in the show, we tinge them with a red VFX to represent
Oh, I'm
the
grabbing that.
traditional Oni Blood Rage.
I like that. I like that. I
That's it
like
for
that.
us. We hope you enjoyed the behind the look scene
Dope,
and
dope,
also
dope,
our
dope,
new
dope.
collection that we
That's
just showed
clean.
you. Of course, we're gonna keep an eye for more Attack on Titan news. Thank you.
I like that.
Sasageo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's sick. That's sick. Oh, this is the trailer. Oh, this is the new map, guys. This place looks creepy. What the hell is that? That has to be the dredge. Jesus Christ, that thing is ugly. Bro. The killer, new killer, the dredge. So yeah, PTB is today, guys. So oh, June 7th is the official release chapter for all platforms.
Dead by Daylight.
June 7th.
Super glad to be here today to share the newest content for our latest chapter, and of course to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. The tradition is to tell you all the content that's going to be in the chapter. And this time we're quite excited. We're changing the recipe a little bit, and we're doing an original chapter. So this new chapter is called Roots of Dread, and it's a full chapter. It contains a new survivor, a new killer, and a new map within a new realm of reality. That's quite exciting. So the story for the chapter...
Yeah, the leaks were official.
Town, a perfect town. Well, a town that seems to be perfect. But of course, the residents are hiding something terrible. They're hiding secrets and a darkness. And when that darkness starts to bubble up to the surface, it creates our newest killer, the Dredge. So
I like the
talk about
name.
It a little bit. So the Dredge is inspired by the Boogeyman, a story that is global and is known around many cultures. It's a domestic fear. It's a monster that is really close to us, that is in our familiar environment, inside our house, under our bed, in our wardrobes. And that's the type of creature we wanted to feature and create. So it is the physical representation of the darkness of the whole town, of their secrets.
Hope the
And
new
it
killer
is
power
a
is fun to
weird
use.
and
Me too.
Strange creature, a monster. It has an impossible biology featuring various
What
limbs
the
and its
hell?
different parts. It is emotionless, and it's impossible to plead for your life when in front of this creature. We wanted to make sure to create a visceral scare when facing this creature. It's a bit like when you're having a nightmare, and you know it was super scary when you wake up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it was that you've seen. The visual design of the Dredge is quite unique. It's a first for Dead by Daylight killers. It's a monster, recreated by different limbs, different heads, claws, pincers, tentacles.
I like the unique
And
design,
we wanted
man.
to make sure that you, the player, would be able to customize
cool.
as you wanted this monster. What's really cool as well for the cosmetic is that we are able to explore themes that are organic, but also constructs, like this amazing cosmetic that features dolls.
Dolls.
All right,
Oh,
now let's
that's cool.
move on to the power.
That's
of the
sick.
Dredge. So when playing the Dredge, we wanted you to feel like you're the embodiment of darkness, of fear itself. We wanted to recreate that feeling of a monster that's really close to us, that lives in your house. And so there are two phases to the power. The first phase is the ability to use lockers to teleport from and to. So, of course, this is great for map movement. You'll be able to travel the map really quickly. But it's also great to surprise survivors that are nearby lockers, and even survivors that are hiding inside the lockers. The second phase of the power is called Night Cycle, and this is where it gets really interesting.
This is the part that grabbed
So
me.
based on action the dredge will make and some passive abilities, the night cycle will build on the survivor. When it is finally completed, night cycle will trigger, and a darkness will engulf the survivor. This darkness makes it very difficult to navigate, especially in chases. And the only thing the survivor can see in the distance will be the dredge itself. So that's really creepy.
How does that? I want to see how that's gonna work.
Of course, the dredge comes with 3 unique perks. We won't go into the details of these perks today, but I can say that they are themed around chaos, secrets, and corruption. Okay, now let's move on to our newest survivor. She's called Hattie Core, and you might know her from some archive entry that appeared in the past. She appeared 3 times in the archive, actually. So Hattie has a dual heritage. She is born in northern India, but was raised by her adoptive family in Quebec. And so this will be an interesting background to explore through our different cosmetic and also through future archive entries. Hattie has a very unique ability to see bleeds. These are areas of the world where the entity's influence intersect with our world. And so Hattie had her share of paranormal adventures and encounters with dreadful beasts from the entity's world, strange creature. And actually we can see on her body all sort of scratch and marks from these encounters. Of course, Hattie will come with 3 unique perks added to the roster of abilities that the survivors are able to equip and use. These are themed around paranormal insight, proficiency with occult items, and her own temerity. And finally, let's talk about the map.
Yeah, the map looks
So
sick,
this
bro.
time
I'm not
around,
gonna
we're
lie.
really excited
Map
to
looks
introduce
awesome.
a new realm for this chapter. So really, we are going back to the roots of horror, to a classic, something that we see.
She's nice, but
numerous
I think
times
her hair could be
in
nicer.
different horror novels, movies, and other horror material. And this is a small American town. So we wanted to make sure that we created something domestic, something familiar. And so for the dredge map called the Garden of Joy, we are featuring one of the house of the perfect town that we talked about earlier.
But the house looks so
This house
creepy.
looks perfect from the outside. It is like a ghost sitting in the middle of a gloomy forest created by the entity. And when you go inside that house, you'll see how twisted and wrong it is. Just like the residents that are hiding.
And there's
all
some
the
lockers in there too.
What's really cool about this new realm is that in the future, we will be able to explore it again, but in other contexts than in the dredge perfect town. So this realm is built from different memories, from different characters. And so we'll be able to explore different cities wrapped inside that same
house.
realm.
That's dope.
All right, that was the whole content of our newest chapter, Roots of Dread. I hope you are as excited as us to try this new content.
Might not be licensed, but man, the originality for this chapter, I like that, man. I really like the original chapters more, usually more than their licensed ones.
So thank you again for listening.
Yo, Ivory, how you doing?
And thank you for an incredible year.
Dwight means are shaking in fear. Bro, I'm yo.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dr. Italo Brown, emergency physician.
Lit.
And this is Dead by Daylight. All right. So why is this person sitting? Oh, now that's actually kind of dope. It looks like he was injured or something, and she came through and rubbed this man's back. If we could start prescribing back rubs in the emergency department, I promise you, I will.
Oh boy, behavior, man.
You get a back rub. You get a back rub. Straight up on some, Oprah level stuff. It's actually funny because there is evidence that back rubs help. They help physiologically. People say that it lowers heart rate, lowers blood pressure. Curative back rub for everybody. All right, let's get it popping. Next video. I've seen it. All in your back. Wait a minute, bro. Oh, dude, no.
I hope the killer's
wait a
Mori is
minute.
dope. Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be good.
One.
I hope the map is balanced though. I hope it's not no like busted OP
A
map.
bunch of different movies, so it's really accurate. You know, these like butcher hooks are real. Obviously, if someone ended up on one, it was intentional, in my opinion. From that angle, I'm pretty sure it's.
When will the P2B be available in my country now? I think it's after the stream is done. Like 10 minutes after the stream is done, it should be up.
You know, with the laces kind of downward. Right?
I'm not too sure.
So if that goes through that left ventricle, man, he's dead. There ain't no pulling yourself up off of it. Either no, sir. I don't believe it. He not walking away from this.
You know, now I understand why chat was spamming cringe. Yeah, there's some cringe parts in this stream. I'm not gonna lie.
Full video later on this week, okay? Happy 6th anniversary, y'all.
Yeah, the Nightfall's only for that survivor. I thought it would be for all survivors, you know? But it's cool overall. I hope the map is not like another like pre-Haddonfield or something. I hope it's like a fun playable map for both sides. The hell is going on? Is there merch? Oh, we're getting more blood points.
What do? A, disassemble it.
Turn it in a boon.
Leave it be. Probably haunted ground. C, turn it into a boon totem. D, point at it, but let your teammates deal with it.
Turn it into a boon for show. Cringe. That's so stupid. Just make Nightfall on the whole map of everyone. Like, it's sad that they want the killer to be weak. Yeah, I thought it would be for everyone too, but it's just for the individual survivor. And I wonder, like, I'm still curious how the Nightfall works, because he said, like, the only thing the survivor could see is the dredge chasing them. So, like, like, can they not see anything? Are they just going to be, like, bumping into, like, walls and stuff? Like, I'm curious to see how that works. I wonder if we're able to use these codes in the PTB, too. So we could dump them into the new killer.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Justin, one of the product managers on Dead by Daylight. Still stuck in this fog from earlier, but this time joined by a new partner.
Hi, I'm May. I am a Twitch-lurking, dog-snuggling influencer manager on Dead by Daylight.
So, since the Dead by Daylight anniversary wouldn't be the same without a celebration in the fog, both May and myself are here to share with you what's going on for the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary in-game event. So, last year we had a really fun one, but the team has taken a hard look at what worked and what didn't, and we're trying to find ways to take it even further for the 6th anniversary, which is actually starting on our real anniversary this year. So the event starts on June 16th. I think it's really cool. So for the theme this year, the Fog is going to be celebrating something called the Twisted Masquerade. Now, this is meant to be a real party in the world of Dead by Daylight that's being hosted in the entity's name by someone lurking in the shadows, I've heard.
Everyone loves a masquerade, so we've really tried to run with the theme and taken our decorations to the next level. As you might have already noticed in this broadcast, we've added this gorgeous midnight blue to our usual black and gold color palette, and you'll see it all over the entity's realm during this event. We're also reskinning the killer shack and the exit gates, and there's going to be some really cool, creepy effects because of it. Expect the entire fog to be decked out to the nines.
Yeah, I think there's
Guys, do you care about these things, to be honest? Like,
proving just how big this whole celebration really is. we really want this to feel like a party and a celebration. So everything is really going to play on this masquerade theme in some interesting ways, beginning with our anniversary cosmetics. So last year was the second year that we actually did the crown collection, where
Oh, so I believe we're getting like the mask now instead of the crown.
Pedestals and collect a crown for that specific character. But this year, with this masquerade theme, we wanted to find ways that we could really push it further and deliver an even bigger payoff when it came to the cosmetics that you'd be able to collect.
So while you'll still be hunting down pedestals in your trial, this time you're going to be grabbing invitations to the Twisted Masquerade. Collecting those invitations will earn you one of 12 possible cosmetics as killer or survivor. And since we're going to a masquerade, it's going to be beautiful hand-designed masks.
Oh,
Last year,
the
while you were
artist?
doing
Oh!
cosmetics for every single original character, it was the same
Ooh,
crown for
okay.
each and every one of
That's
them.
cool.
We feel like that's run its course, and we wanted to do something a little more
They're
special
all
this
unique
year.
too
This
to
year we're
every
focusing
original
on one
character.
original
That's cool. That's
survivor
cool.
and one killer for every year.
I'm glad we're
of
not
Dead
getting
by
like the
Daylight.
same
The
crown
mask
thing
you
again.
earn will only be wearable for that specific character because it's tailor-made to suit their personality and style.
That's dope.
The masks are also going to be earned randomly. So even if you're playing as Dwight, you might earn one for Elodie or the Spirit.
Elodie.
And I mean, if you guys have
Elodie.
actually seen the table, that's Dwight.
So while we are focusing on a smaller subset of characters, they're going to
Wonder what
be
the plague
much
one
more
looks
meaningful
like.
additions to your collection
And Hag.
pretty sweet if I do say so myself.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had to resist just putting this one on and trying to run away with it. Been told many times I can't take it home with me.
Yeah, every
So
original
I'm
character is
bringing
gonna
it
get
in.
a one of those
And
type of
similar to what we
masks.
did
It's
for our
they're all
Halloween
different
event
for
in
every
Midnight
character.
Grove, the 6th anniversary will
No
also
licensed
include an
killers
event
will
tone.
get them.
So what's great about this is we're going to have 2 full
Yeah, I'm
levels
getting
of
them all for
challenges
sure.
and lore that's directly tied to the Twisted Masquerade. And one big addition in this is going to be the community challenges. So last year, if you were around doing our community challenges, we were communicating on this via our social media channels. And we feel like the players really enjoyed this, but we want to bring it a little closer to you directly in-game.
There'll be an entire top track dedicated to these community challenges. On that, you can track both the global progression of everyone making effort towards these
Didn't
community
they say only
challenges and
12
your
characters
own
get
direct
them? So no
contributions.
plague and Hag.
Your own direct contributions
I
are
could have
important,
sworn I
so
heard
you're
them
gonna have to
say
work,
all
and
like
you can't
original
just take advantage of
characters.
everyone else's
I'm not sure.
Exactly, but while the players are waiting for the community to catch up so that they can go on to the next challenge, there will be a set of personal challenges below on each level that you can work towards. And I mean, these are going to also give you a little bit more background on what's happening for the story behind the scenes of the archives and of the Twisted Masquerade. I mean, you're going to be earning event cosmetics either way, so definitely take the time, try to finish all of them.
So what about Dredge and Hattie? Are they getting something for this masquerade?
So since these are actually our 2 new characters coming in, it's important that we're treating them as our guests of honor for the Twisted Masquerade.
Oh,
So
that's
if you're
sick.
seeing from any of the content that we're sharing,
Bro, this killer looks
both Dredge
so.
and Hattie are getting full
What the
outfits
hell
themed
is
for the
that?
event that you can unlock split between the community goals and the personal goals. So if you want all of it, you have
That
to do
killer
both.
looks crazy.
And they're really worth getting, so I suggest you do. And we also have some very cool, very gross charms, like this 6th anniversary Rancid Cupcake, a pop-up card, and my personal favorite, a skull with a little party hat.
And that's definitely a reminder of the last person who tried to bring a party hat into the fog.
Yeah, the mask for
Not
Dredge
living
is
like
really
that.
good.
So for a few final touches on the event, we're bringing back some things from last year that worked really well, like our loading screens with developer comments and selected art. So as you're loading up into your game, you're going to see quotes from wacky folks like myself, May, and others, and really bring you a bit closer to the really cool people who work on Dead by Daylight. On top of this, we're going to be bringing back our daily discounted Shrine of Secrets. So instead of it cycling on a weekly basis, we're going to be changing all of the perks.
So you
every
guys,
single
for those
day,
of you who don't have
and
all your
providing a
perks,
discount, so they cost less Iridescent
yeah,
cards for every
when
single
they
perk available during the event.
update
On top
comes,
of
definitely
that,
grab
you
those.
guys
You get
probably
it 50
looked
off.
at,
So yeah,
we're
it's a really good.
going to be doing a weekend blood hunt event.
Extra
then,
blood points
again,
is always
still not
nice.
done, we're going to be giving a lot of login currencies. So if that's not enough blood points for you, not enough
Or
rift fragments,
Excels.
not enough iridescent shards, players will be able to earn more of these just by logging
They'll
in.
never give us Orc cells.
It's
What am I
definitely
saying?
not the time to save your pennies for a rainy day. There's so much fun stuff to get. Take advantage. But for now, on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thanks again for another amazing year of Dead by Daylight. And we'll see you in the fog on June 16th for the Twisted Masquerade.
We'll see you there.
So June 7th is the official release for the Dredge, and then June 16th is the anniversary chapter. DBD Mobile. Bro, I seen this like plague skin coming out for DBD Mobile, and it looks so good, man. Is it done? Oh my goodness. The cringe. The entity. Yo. Would be interesting if they use blood points to buy a perk on the shrine. Yeah, that'll be cool. I don't know why. They should add something like that. That'll be cool.
We're very excited to share some great news about the DBD mobile game. So we had a big update in Japan at the end of April, and the results are amazing. We want to progressively release this to the rest of the world too. In the United States, there will be a closed beta test in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. You should know there's going to be quite a lot of new features in this version of the game. Leaderboards, quick matches, team system. We're also improving many aspects of the game. There's going to be visual improvements on the performance, fluidity of gameplay, and the control layout, and the new player tutorial. Also, there's going to be some brand new
Can we
rewards
ban
added
hacker?
and some unique
Just run into a hacker that has
More news
infinite
are
dead
gonna be coming
hard.
very soon.
Fair gameplay, I tell you. I think they said they're going to work on it. I don't know, like, what they're going to do on their side, but yeah, that's one of their priorities. Yo, that's really be doing too much, man. Trapper. Dead by Daylight dating sim? What?
If you had told me when we launched this game that I'd be here 6 years later with my feet in the sand,
Oh, man.
announcing a Dead by Daylight dating sim, I would have never believed you. And that is what makes today such an amazing day. I'm excited to be able to announce that Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, is quickly coming. So it is a crazy idea. It's an absurd concept, but we are always looking for new ways to tell our Dead by Daylight stories. And our fans have shown us over the years just how thirsty they are for more background and more stories about our characters. So last year we did an official community survey exploring new ways potentially of expanding the universe of Dead by Daylight, and I think the third one was dating simulator. And that was a surprise, but you know what? We decided to go for it. This was a tall order. We needed to find the right people to do this
Holy.
justice, to really treat this properly so that
The devs finally found all the fans art of their characters and just turned them into a game. Yeah.
So we decided to go with some specialists out there, some people that made a little game called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, that was very well received. And I'm very happy to have with me today Alexei from PsyOp to talk a little bit. He's the creative director for the upcoming Dead by Daylight dating sim.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited that I got to create such a unique take on such a really serious and kind of grim world and bring it into a little bit of hearts and butterflies and shine some rosy warm light on it.
That's awesome. So yes, you're absolutely right. We created a very grim universe, and we asked you to do something extremely silly with it.
Yeah.
How does one go about making this right?
Sure. Well, I like to say that when making a project that seems as off-kilter and unexpected as this, the big gimmick for me is that there is no gimmick. It is a serious game that we take really seriously when we create it, and we treat all of the characters with a sense of humor, but with sort of deep respect
Stop
as
this,
well,
please.
so that we can make a really compelling game that does justice to the expectations that fans have and the expectations that these characters would have if they were slightly more real.
So it's a matter of really finding a new, interesting context in which these characters can actually express a different side of themselves.
Yeah, so the story that we're creating is very much not a canon story for the Dead by Daylight
Important
universe.
to put it out there.
Want to make sure that's clear. That being said, we want to create something that really does justice to the truths that have been established. So we started someplace as far away as we could by thinking about, what is the brightest and happiest kind of take on this world? Well, maybe it's something like the beach episode of a sitcom or an anime series, and then kind of pull our way back into that main core experience of what's going through these killers or survivors' minds at any given moment, and try and make sense of those two worlds playing together and see what kind of crazy stuff comes from it.
So obviously one of the main questions that people have is, what characters from Dead by Daylight will I be able to interact with in this?
Sure. Well, leaning into that kind of sitcom or anime kind of cliches and tropes, and then kind of turning them on their head, we decided to take 4 killers, since killers are the most monstrous and inhuman characters in the world. And
Who's gonna play this game?
Could,
Type yes in chat if you're gonna play this new sim, this DBD sim game.
So we've got the Trapper, who is standing in as the Jock. We've got the Huntress, who is standing in as the Overachiever. We've got the Wraith, who is playing the Nerd. And we've got the Spirit, who is the Goth.
That's amazing. And it's interesting also as a take, because those sort of archetypes, those cliches
No.
horror movies from forever ago are things that we try to not erase, but we try to avoid when we did Dead by Daylight, especially on the survivor side. We had them much more be humans and relatable. So it's really interesting.
No
to see
Trickster.
those things that are
Yeah, I
very
didn't see
important
Trickster
to
in
the
there.
horror genre be represented in this.
Yeah, in writing the experience, it made for a really fun twist. And what we recognized when we dug as deep as we could into the lore and talked so much with your team is that all of these killers come from a really human place to begin with. They've all suffered some sort of trauma or some sort of really dark thing in their past that bringing them into this kind of comedy scenario.
Did they mention a search bar for the perks? No, they mentioned that you could save your classes though. So like you can make classes and save them.
Like it was an interesting
Which is good.
choice to figure out who the
No
players
search
would
bar though,
be in this
sadly.
scenario.
Well, we want to let the player play as themselves. So this is an interactive branching story, and you will get to make decisions that define who you are. There is no canon version of yourself, and we thought that was a great way to really do justice to the huge amount of diversity and variety in the Dead by Daylight audience.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make sure that the 4 killers who you get to romance really represent 4 very different types of relationship, and you get to be yourself and see which killer is right for you as you make honest decisions in response to some terribly strange questions.
That's awesome. A very important piece of also building that world and really giving the ambiance, the gravitas it needed, is the music.
Yeah.
And you got a really cool opportunity in there.
Yeah, we worked directly with Michel, the composer for Dead by Daylight, to make sure that even though we took this to a very different sonic place of marimba and steel drums and some jazz flute solos or Spanish guitar, we still got to express that kind of core DNA.
Yo, Manab, how you doing, man?
And give people something that's new and unique, but also kind of true to the original game that that they love so deeply.
Yeah, Michel was kind of happy to be able to try his hand at a few different styles that he hadn't, and I think he surprised.
Try
both
see
of
a
us
blight
with
running
the
at you at
chance to
light
do-
speed.
It may seem like an odd thing to say about something that sounds and looks so different, but we wanted to make sure that it really feels fresh but authentic.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here in sunny Montreal for this little beach moment. I can say that this is one of the most out there things that we've ever done, and I'm very, very excited about this. You obviously want more details. There will be more information coming, but for now you should know you'll be able to get your little hands on Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim.
I know a lot of you are gonna play this. Stop lying, bro. Stop the cap. I know a lot of you are gonna be playing that.
Dead by Daylight after that. Now, thank you again to all of our fans. Thank you for making this possible for us.
Man.
And for once, I will say, I'll see you on the beach. We're almost done here, but we have one more question for you.
More
What
blood
would you
points,
like us to wrap
guys.
the show with? A, some more new content, or B, a special surprise?
More new content, please. And thank you. Cap, I will not play it. I mean, if they had Pyramid Head, that would be a maybe. Oh, man. Stop the cap, Negoose. I'm not a sim. Huntress looking good. Wait. I should do some gameplay when it comes out. What is it, a mobile game or is it, I didn't even see what it's for. Everyone's saying a special surprise.
Well, that's a wrap for our 6th anniversary broadcast and to an amazing year of Dead by Daylight. I hope you enjoyed yourself. The PTB for our latest chapter, The Roots of Dread, is
It's live now.
So
Nice.
go try it.
All right.
Have fun. Again, a huge thank you to our entire team.
All right.
And to you, our amazing.
All right, guys. So, since the PTB is out, I am gonna take. I'm gonna end the stream, and then like in the next hour or so, I'm gonna be streaming the PTB. So if you want to pull up there, feel free to stop by. And yeah, guys, make sure you put in those codes, get your blood points.